Hi, welcome to Box on the Box Rock and Solo, Bot Breakfast Show. I'm over Box. A little late going to press, but it was late when I got home last night from the cinema. So this is my review of Conclave. This is a new drama thriller starring Ray Fiennes and directed by Edward Berger, who made a big splash a few years ago with his excellent version of All Quiet on the Western Front, which unfortunately went straight to Netflix and really should have been seen on the big screen, but it did very well. If you're not seen it, check it out. So what is a conclave? A conclave is what happens when Pope dies. The cardinals all fly from all over the world to come together and they basically thrash it out in seclusion, in secret, who is going to be the next pope. Every cardinal gets a vote, so they can vote for their chosen candidate. That could be anyone. When the votes are cast, they are read out. If there's not a majority of 72 for any one candidate, they go in the incinerator, and that's when the puff of white smoke comes up, and everyone who's of that persuasion is outside the Vatican and goes, yeah. And when they finally decide, that's the black smoke goes up, and everyone cheers. So Ray Fiennes is the cardinal basically put in charge of this. He has to oversee this process. He's been a close consort of the deceased pope. Stanley Tucci plays one of his key friends, Cardinal Bellini, who's a very possible popular candidate for the position, as is John Lithgow, as a slightly more oily cardinal, and Sergio Castellitto, a really good Italian director. He's a traditionalist. He wants to take the Catholic Church back to a more immediate post-war era. And do away with things like gay rights and probably female priests and stuff. Isabella Rossellini has a good part as one of the sisters. It's a shame her part isn't Juicer in this. She's very good. Lucien Masmati is really good. He's a Nigerian candidate. If you remember, the last time there was being a pope selected, there was talk of possibly being a black pope from an African nation. If you don't know this actor, he plays one of the main guys in Gangs of London. Really good. And a new guy, Carlos Diaz, he plays a little known Mexican archbishop who arrives at the last minute, and he's got quite a good part to play. So this, as you expect, it's $20 million budget, and I thought, wow, how have they done it for that cheap when I saw the trailers? But when I actually watched the film, it's a chamber piece, really. It takes place inside the walls of the Vatican, but not the one that tourists see. These are boring kind of cafes and offices where the cardinal stays, kind of like a hotel, like a really povy hotel in the Vatican, so to speak. And these are some of the best scenes. There's a cardinal with his vape. There's cardinals having tabs, looking at the mobile phones. And the whole ritual of the voting process, particularly the first time they do that, is very well done. And this is what this is good. It's good about observing rituals within the church, but also through visuals, it's able to put off a critique of the Catholic Church and so on. It's a good length. I really enjoyed it. I give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't completely what I was expecting. It says a thriller. And this kind of thriller, conspiracy elements, but I would say it's more like a drama. But I think if you're looking for something adult and interesting with great acting and very good direction and musical score and the kind of technical standards you expect from a prestige production, you could go a lot worse than this. This is very good. Ray Fiennes is excellent in this. He's kind of in his third act now. He started off with Schindler's English Patient. Then he was Voldemort, and he seemed to be sort of doing that. Was even Clash of the Titans, wasn't he? And then he got cast as M, and was in Bruges, and that kind of began this new era of Ray Fiennes with the Grand Hotel Budapest. There's a lot of buzz about his performance on this. I think he will get an Oscar nomination, certainly a BAFTA nomination. Will he bring home the statuette? Would be interesting because he gives a subtle performance here. It's not showy. He shows a lot of the conflict, a lot of the things on his face, and he's able to kind of play a certain ambiguity because we're not sure whether his character has ambitions on getting the top job. I should just say that they can vote for anyone. There's no sort of we've got 3 candidates here. It's just thrashed out in private. Stanley Tucci's excellent as well as one of the key candidates, Kialaev, Ray Fiennes, John Lithgow's really good, Sergio Castellitto's good, Sebastian Ronini as mentioned, and the new guys mentioned. So this could get awards recognition for direction, costume design, film, certainly adapted screenplays, adapted from a screenplay by a book by Robert Harris, who did Fatherland, Enigma and so on. So it's got that pot boiler aspect to it, and that's probably what makes it kind of work. It's a tough sell. So come award season, expect this to get some recognition, whether it wins. Some reviews for this are kind of like 5 stars. I think I'll give it a solid 8. It didn't blow me away, but it is good. It's quality filmmaking, and it's the kind of filmmaking and the kind of stories I like, because some were lacking these. And this is the kind of thing could easily go to Netflix. You may remember a few years ago it was The Two Popes with Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. Different thing, but it was a really good film. That would have happily seen in the cinema with great acting, and it went to streaming. So anyway, that's my take on this. Just a small feature this week. If you, like I say, if you're of a certain persuasion, you may well enjoy Conclave. Like I say, give it an 8 out of 10. I'll see you again next week, and remember to share and subscribe. Thank you very much.